Alright, what's up, guys? We're live. It's the Give Him Six podcast. It's Elijah,
It's Carson.
and we're going to get started here. It's the dead season, but it's in a live podcast. You all already know what it is. This episode, if you enjoy it, then share it, like it, follow us on social media. If you're just, if you've been looking at our posts and our podcast and you're interested, follow us. You got nothing to lose. So, fade this music here. By the way, Messel, this is his music. Amazing artist, check him out. And also, we have our background music out now. It's for download for free on SoundCloud, but you can still, contribute to us in that way because you play it and we get money. So it just helps if you go and give it a play. Just give it some feedback. That would be amazing.
And it's good music that you'll probably like.
It is, yeah, it's really good music. And if you like that music, you're probably also just gotta plug my music too. SoundCloud.com/Elijah Crouch. You just look me up on Google. I'm there. All right, let's go ahead and start this podcast. Hello and welcome. Sorry, my mic's too loud. Hello and welcome to the Give 'Em Six podcast, the podcast where we talk about Tennessee and the SEC East. It's Elijah.
And it's Carson.
And we're gonna. Okay, let me just start again because my notes. Hold up. Okay, there we go. Hey, raw and edited and unleashed. What can I say? Hello and welcome to Give 'Em Six.
Yep.
What? Yep. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Give 'Em Six podcast, the podcast where we talk about Tennessee and the SEC East. It's Elijah.
And it's Carson.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about Tennessee baseball, Tennessee basketball, Tennessee football, NBA. We're going to do a little bit of everything. Dead season.
Exactly.
But it's in a live podcast. Y'all already know what it is. So, how are you doing, Carson?
Doing good. Glad to be back. We took like a 2-week break, I think, just to kind of, I don't know, give a podcast a break. We've been really good about getting to you guys every week, but within a lot. Hope you guys have missed us, but we're ready to get this episode rolling here.
We are. Yeah, we took a break for a couple weeks. We were going to have an episode last night, and I wish I could say it was both of our fault that it didn't come out, but it was my fault, so I'm sorry about that, guys. Dropped the ball, but we're back tonight. We got another amazing episode for you guys. You guys are going to love it. Even though it's the dead season, it's the alive season of the Give 'Em Six podcast. We haven't had an episode in a while, but we're going to talk about some things. Any opening thoughts, Cars?
Well, I guess we can go ahead and start talking about the NBA. Why don't we kick it off? Because there's a lot of news going on. I mean, the first round is done. Yeah. The second round is just kicked off. As a Rockets fan, I'm hurting right now. We were put at a 4 seed. We versus the Jets, but we're down 2-0 to the Warriors. And yeah, I know we played 2 away games versus the Warriors, but we should be able to beat them. There's been hard, tough ref calls. I think, Elijah, you've seen that. There's been a lot of controversy all over the internet about how these refs are always going for the Warriors.
They are. Well, I mean...
And really, it seems like they are. I mean, there's just so much evidence to prove that they are. But the Bucks have came out, had a great year this year. The Nets, they tried in the first round. They won their first game, and then it goes downhill from there. But it's been a crazy playoffs. But it's a lot of different teams, and I think it's a little mixed up, except for the Warriors. But really on the East side.
Yeah, for sure. Any specifics you want to go into with that?
Well, with really the Cavs not making the playoffs, it was obviously LeBron James leading.
Right.
Kevin Love is not able to do it all, especially with him being a center. Also, with them being Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson, two big. players, it's not going to really do much. It was tough. It's tough probably to see LeBron go, of course. It was for the Cavs, but they had a good run, and I do not see them coming back to the playoffs for a while. Colin Sexton, he did the best he could. He had a decent rookie season, and he did the best he could.
Yep. Good dude. Cars, how far do you think the Rockets will make it?
I think the Rockets win both of these home games, and I think it's 4-4. I don't think the Rockets win another game after that. And being a Rockets fan, it's tough to say that, but the Warriors are just so solid all around.
So true.
And
great team.
It's really hard to beat them right now. It's really hard. Even though they don't even have DeMarcus Cousins.
Yep.
Even with him being injured. So, and you really look and you watch the Warriors and the Clippers in the first round, and you think, golly, man, the Warriors, they're not even that good. They're about to lose to the Clippers. They've lost twice. And then they played the Rockets. They beat them both times. I don't know what's up with the Warriors. I really don't. It's not like they're an off and off team or an off and on team. They just seem like they can beat anybody, really.
They can. They're a really well-rounded team.
Close or not.
Yep. All right. Cars, the first thing that, besides that I want to get into with Tennessee sport is the transfer portal, specifically with basketball. We've had Derek Walker go into the transfer portal. Makes a lot of sense. Really, he didn't get a lot of playing time at UT. And there's a lot of other teams that would like a guy like him, would probably give him a lot more playing time than we would give him. Do you think that he's going to come back, or do you think he's going to go somewhere else?
No. I think you're right on that, Elijah. I think he's going somewhere else.
Yep.
And I think it's a smart decision, too. With Eve Pons, I think, would take his spot, really. Derek Walker is a tall dude. Boards, yeah, he maybe could, but I really look at him, and I think, yeah, he could go to a smaller school because you really, like I said, you look at him, and he's not athletic enough, I don't think, to get super good like Grant Williams and Admiral did, if you know what I'm talking about, Elijah. I just think he's got the height, but I just think the talent, I don't know if he can grow any more than he can. With Pons, I think it's totally opposite. I think if he works on his athleticism, he tries to spend more in the gym, I think he could be a good dominant player.
Pons is one of my favorite players. I think he's going to be one of those underground players who just comes up huge next year.
Yeah, I do too. I really do, because it was really all, we got Fulkerson coming back. He was big, and it was really all him. And his freshman year, he played before he got redshirted. He played a lot, and he really showed people that he could play. And then Admiral and Grant stepped up, of course. But Grant can always come back with this new rule that the NCAA made with the transfer portal and everything.
I was going to ask that. Do you think that Grant will come back? Because I think he kind of wants to, but if he gets a good offer,
I think he should.
I think he should too. If he has a chance to develop another year, he's going to be a really big player, and he's going to be a lot more valuable.
And our guards are solid this year coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Bone, even though he left, we still have Lamonte. The number 3 point guard in the nation. Jordan Bowden. I mean, and then if we bring Grant Williams back, we'll be as solid. I mean, we might have lost Bone. I mean, those are 2 big factors, but we'll still be okay. And everybody's going to freak out and worry about this, but really, these 2 players gone, our team can still play. We have, if Grant Williams comes back, we still have the 2-time SEC Player of the Year on our team. That's what we have to look at. And Grant Williams, yeah, he'll test it. He's a smart guy.
He could be the first player.
The draft, and he doesn't get drafted, he is not making a smart decision. I think he'll make a smart decision, and it would be coming back, because if he goes, he's not got the height for a center.
Nope.
And he doesn't have the body for a small forward, and that's the talk. What is he going to do? He's not going to do much. So what I think he needs to do, stay another year and try to play a small forward. Try to lose some weight, maybe. Try to move around with this small forward spot. See what you can do with it so you can get more NBA looks, because right now they're going to look at that 2-time SEC champion. They're going to go, okay, that's great, but what do you have for NBA talent?
That's right.
And it's not looking like he's got that much NBA talent. He looks like he's a college player, and we see it multiple times.
Yeah, he is.
In different ways in NBA basketball before.
Yep.
They have guys that look really good in college, and they go to the NBA, and they don't look the best. But, Grant Williams could come out there and play.
Yeah.
We really went to the Sweet 16. We didn't go far enough to see against these NBA players. The best team we saw that had NBA players was Gonzaga with their three with Roy Hachimura, John Perkins, and company. I mean, that team was stacked all around with players that could go to the NBA draft.
That's true. And I think that Grant Williams, it'd be really smart for him to come back, because he comes back, he gets that another year, and especially, what if he was to be the first player ever to get 3-time SEC Player of the Year? That would be so huge.
That would be crazy, yeah.
And then you get some big looks from some big NBA teams.
3-time, you definitely get drafted, and I mean 2-time is, like I said, they're going to look and they go, wow, that's amazing.
But then you do have to look at his stature.
NBA teams want size. NBA teams want good shooters.
Exactly.
And not saying that he's a good size and a good shooter. He is. He's a perfect size for a small forward in the NBA. In college, yeah, he can push it for center. He can make him lose an inch and still be a center in college. But in center, or in the NBA, it's a whole different world.
So true.
I mean, you have guys that are 7'3", for goodness sake. You got guys that are the smallest it really is sometimes it looks is 6'7", and that is massive man. If you're 6'7", you're a massive man. And Grant Williams, and he's got a body of a center. He just doesn't have the height, and he's got the height of a small forward, just doesn't have the body. It's really opposite, but obviously he can't shrink, so he might need to lose some weight, but. We've seen him shoot from the top of the key before, Elijah. We saw it in the season. Sometimes he'd be open, he'd be passed it away, but every time I'd watch him shoot, he'd make it.
That's right. He can shoot. He's a great shooter. There's a reason that he's SEC Player of the Year twice, not just once.
Right.
And, someone else entered in the transfer portal. Well, not yet, but I think they will. Jalen Johnson. Do you think he's going to enter the transfer portal? Another player didn't get any playing time whatsoever.
Look, that's a tough one because he was here before everybody else was.
He's not been getting many minutes though. I mean, look at it. He could get more minutes a lot of places else.
He was here when Grant Williams and Admiral were here. If you watch his freshman season when he played with a guy named Kevin Punter.
Right.
Kevin Punter. He was probably one of the best outside shooters that Tennessee will have. Right now he plays in European basketball, which is Europe's NBA. And I had a long debate, and it was a fine debate with one of my friends, and it was is European basketball the same as NBA? No, but it's similar because imagine living in Europe and then having your NBA being the European basketball. So pretty much he's playing for the NBA in Europe, if you know what I mean, because we have our own. So, it's not a bad thing. He still gets paid a lot of money to be a professional basketball player. But anyways, he played with Kevin Punter. That was an average team that just average. But he can play, but his shots didn't fall this year.
Yeah, and it's not that he can't play so much as that I feel like he could go somewhere else and be a starting player for a smaller team rather than more of a bench guy for a bigger team. If you know what I mean. Carson, are you muted?
Yeah, he could start for a smaller school, and maybe even Derek Walker could start for a smaller school. We just have to see what they do.
Yeah, for sure. So, is there anyone else that you think will enter the transfer portal before next season?
No, So I really was thinking, and I wouldn't expect it, not really at all from John Fulkerson. But
Wow.
he's gonna get a starting spot.
Yeah.
And that's why I said I wouldn't expect it.
Oh, okay, good. I was like,
but you really think, and you look at him and you think, wow, he's a guy that looks like he would go in a transfer portal. You think he's a guy that would leave.
He does.
And be like, hey, I'm going to Colorado or Colorado State. He looks like a guy like that. But no, yes. I don't think he'll go. I don't think there's a 10% chance that he will, especially with the starting spot in the SEC.
Yeah.
He's worked really hard. He's a hard worker, and he's got the most effort out there on the team. And I'm excited to have him on the team too.
For sure. So, what if none of those guys come back? Are we gonna make the tournament?
Oh yeah, definitely. We might not have that much depth there down low. We won't know yet, but we'll have probably the third best guards in the SEC all around, especially with Lamonte and Jordan Bowden coming back. It's still going to be dominating. I mean, we saw Lamonte be clutch this year. We saw Bowden be the second runner-up for the sixth man of the year for the SEC. It's a really solid guard. I just wish Grant Williams, if he can come back, we'll be the same team we were last year. I think the team that we'll have up here coming.
The same team.
The same team going forward in the tournament. Sweet 16. We can make Sweet 16 with the team that we'll have coming up, definitely.
All right.
Especially with Grant Williams coming back. And you can quote me on that too. If Grant Williams comes back,
I will.
Grant Williams, Jordan Bowden, Lamonte, I could see us going Sweet 16.
All right.
Really, Sweet 16, we should have done a lot better this year than the Sweet 16. I mean, hopes were, what was it, championship, but things didn't go that way. But
Yep. All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. We don't have a sponsor for this episode, which is okay. That doesn't mean we don't have a sponsor anymore. We just don't have a specific one for this episode. Instead, I want to tell you a little bit about this. So, Carson and I, we've got some background music. You can hear it right now playing if you're in the edited episode. And this music that you're hearing playing, it's called Background. And, so original. You can find it on our SoundCloud. We said we would never use our SoundCloud again, but it's actually there. It'll be on iTunes and Spotify if you guys actually like the track. I reposted it, soundcloud.com/ElijahBCrouch. So thanks to Meso BTW with our music and all of the sponsors. Take a quick listen to this.
Really under the weather? We're here to help. Talk to a doctor or healthcare provider anytime. Right from your phone. Hi, I'm sorry not feeling well. How can I help? Find care now with the Walgreens app. What does your business need?
We needed a custom logo, and we found it online for just $5.
I needed to drive traffic to my website. Now, I can't keep up with the orders.
Go to Fiverr.com today.
Carson doesn't know I'm doing this, so
Introducing the iABS 16 from iHome, the first major brand to offer a bedside speaker system with Alexa built right in.
Your children mean everything to you. That's why you need to protect them from harmful things. With doTERRA products, you don't have to worry about harsh chemicals and toxins hurting your family. They'll be safe, and you'll have peace of mind.
Music has such power in our lives. The way we listen to and experience music is undergoing a profound change these days. To have access to nearly all the music in the world at our fingertips and in our pockets. If that place could actually accommodate and support the artists who make the music, not just the top-tier artists, but the kids in their bedrooms too. Provide them all with a home and a way to engage with their audiences, that would be pretty good. And that's what we set out to do with our music.
Alright, guys, back with you at the Give 'em 6 podcast. It's Elijah.
It's Carson.
And thank you guys for listening. This is live stream of episode. I think this is episode 40. I think this is episode 40 if I'm mistaken. You guys will know. And So,
you know what I think is cool, Elijah?
What?
So I think it's cool how far we've come from the first episode. If you go back
That's
and
true.
listen to the first episode,
don't please.
We
Actually,
did
you
the
know what?
best
I don't
we
care. It's
could.
still out. Forget it. You know.
We did the best we could to record just on our headset, just to transfer it to SoundCloud. That's the audio quality we used to have, and now we are blessed enough to be able to have a setup as good as radio, and it's pretty cool. So you guys, even though it's so bad, listen to where we started, and
that's true. You know,
it's pretty cool.
I haven't really thought about that too much, but you know, not too long ago, I went back and listened to our first episode just for the heck of it, and it's still out there. If you want to listen, you can. And the reason,
the website, it's really easy to find it there.
It's on our website, just our website's name /archives, and then, you know, something that so many people are just embarrassed to put their first episodes out there, but you know, I don't really care because
it's the ground level.
We have, you know, that was an awful episode. I sounded like it was my podcast and I was interviewing Carson. That is not how it is, actually. Carson is the co-owner and co-host, communications director. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And recently we fell off 2 days ago. We were off the top charts for 2 days, but only 2 days, and we're back on there now. But pretty low.
We'll go back on there, especially even since we're already on there, but we'll stay on there after this episode. We had a 2-week break and we were still on there. So
on there except for the 2 days.
Yeah.
But hey, yesterday I don't know if a lot of people listened or what happened, but keep it up. And guys, seriously, after the last episode, we asked you guys to give us some ratings and reviews. Thank you so much for that, because we were a 4.5 star podcast with 7 reviews. Now we have 12, and they were all 5-star reviews that you guys gave us. So we're back up to the 5-star ratings. So continue to give us good reviews. If you have negative feedback, before you go and post that and rush to conclusions, please email us, give'em6podcast@gmail.com. We would love to answer any of your questions. It is definitely worth it for us. And Carson, I have a question. I've asked this to you before, but the reason I bring it back up is because not too long ago, Feinbaum said this, and I'm kind of interested. She said that when Saban leaves at Alabama, which isn't going to be for a while, but when he leaves, he thinks Jeremy Pruitt is going to be their next head coach, and I really don't want to disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. I think, a lot of people disagree with me, but I think that if Tennessee has even somewhat of a good year, I think Nick Saban's really going to trust Jeremy Pruitt to come back there,
Yeah, that's a lot of mixed emotions there for me, because I think it would be a smart move, but I think he would be a baby for that, and people would hate him for that. Jeremy Pruitt would be a fake, a phony, and a guy that would leave for Alabama. If he would do that, if you listen to his conferences, he came here to build Tennessee back up. He wants Tennessee to be back up. So if he comes here and says Alabama wins the championship, because I don't know yet, say he wins the championship and he retires after this season, Jeremy Pruitt, would he go there, Elijah? Do you think he'd go?
You know what? I'm going to say yes, just because I think they would offer him so much money.
I do too.
And you know what? I know a lot of people would hate him for that, and this is just a prediction. Oh, my computer froze, so.
It was, yeah, I mean...
Here, wait. I have to reconnect something, guys. This hasn't happened in a while, has it, Carson? It froze up like this. But, it happens. We don't want to use that audio device. Check. You check, Carson.
Check.
Right.
Check.
Yeah, I think that if he was to win a championship and retire. I don't think that Jeremy Pruitt's coming back, because if I'm in Jeremy Pruitt's position, you see all that money, that's the best coaching job you can get. I mean, it's really hard not to leave for that. Just completely honest.
I think I would.
I don't think.
But,
I wouldn't call him a baby. I know a lot of people would, but I can't say that because I would do the same thing. So.
You would be mad, Elijah, and it would be a very. If this was to happen right now, the reactions, and it would not be very pleasant. Yeah. That would be very bad, especially with the Tennessee fan base. We either love you or hate you.
That's so true.
That would be very bad.
Yeah, there's no middle ground here for Tennessee fans.
And I'm straight up being honest with you. Do you think Jeremy Pruitt would make Alabama what Nick Saban did? No.
Now Dabo Swinney might.
Dabo Swinney is a great coach. Now he could do something like that. Yep. But I'm talking about an average coach like Jeremy Pruitt that was an assistant coach. I mean, we don't know. Jeremy Pruitt could be a great head coach. He really was. He was given something here at Tennessee, and it was like, oh, this is what you give me. I have to build off of this, and we could have went to a bowl game. I just think Jarrett Garantano, like we've said, he needs more practice, and I think he's gonna get it. Being preseason ranked 15, I think that's pretty cool by ESPN. CBS didn't have us in the top 25.
I know.
But ESPN, I trust them, and that's going to be the one ranking us for preseason.
You know what, though? 25. I showed my dad that. He didn't believe me. And I was like, I promise.
My mom didn't either.
But, it is hard to believe because...
It is, because it's hard to go 5 and 7.
What do you say? You've even got this offensive lineman, Crosby. He's giving up football, and it's not that he wanted to. He's had some medical issues, but yeah. And something else with football, I thought this was interesting. They're giving up the Big Orange Caravan. They're subbing it out for something called Summer of Smoky. I'm not even exactly sure what that is. Carlos, do you know what that is? Anything about that?
No, not really. I don't really know anything about that, really.
That's what I thought. I don't know, guys. Look that up if you are interested in the Big Orange Caravan being subbed for Summer of Smoky. That's just something. So, and something else. Sorry.
Going back on the Jeremy Pruitt thing, the Feinbaum is a really smart guy, and me and Elijah kind of agree with it. But I don't see him leave. Soon, but if Nick Saban does happen to leave and they offer him the job, he'd go. Definitely.
Yeah, I really do think that he would go. And something else, I put out a poll on this. I've had people deleting their Facebook accounts, their Twitter accounts, because they're so mad about this. Okay, we get what happened. Please, fans, move on from the UCLA and Rick Barnes thing. That's old.
Yeah, for real, guys.
Like, I'm still seeing articles on this. There's a reason we don't. Yeah, it's like, guys.
And I was gonna jump from Jeremy Pruitt to that because a smart choice would have been really for Rick Barnes to go. I mean, the money was good.
I mean, then again, I understand loyal. Why he wouldn't. And,
he's loyal. We just had a good season. There's so many ways he could have went it, and it would have made sense. And there's so many ways he wouldn't have gone since he didn't.
People are calling him unloyal. I'm like, are you kidding me? He came back. It's okay.
All coaches get offered.
He went and visited the free food places. He's cool.
And another big news, the LSU interim head coach went to TCU to be an assistant coach.
And didn't Will Wade get reinstated?
Will Wade's gone.
I thought he got reinstated.
Did he?
I think he did. Let me look it up real quick. I heard something about it. Yeah. Yeah. Will Wade got reinstated at LSU. He explained away the whole situation. I was hearing about it on Tony's show today. I was like, what the heck? But yeah, he's really, the NCAA is crooked. I mean, so many things about it.
It's almost sad because he just got charged with another recruiting allegation 3 days ago.
Exactly.
And they're still having him reinstated.
He's stupid.
And, yeah. It really makes no sense because then, as a LSU fan, I'd be mad because you're going to reinstate him now. Why didn't you reinstate him then? And I know that you had court cases to go through, but if you took this long time for him not even to be reinstated, him to be reinstated anyways, why didn't you let him coach? I mean, it really doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
I mean, that you would have sat him there and he would have been sitting at home while you guys tried to figure it out, and then you go, no, he can stay at LSU.
This is the NCAA.
Let him coach through March Madness.
And you know what?
Crazy.
That's just how it is nowadays. But you know what? We're getting close to kind of our limit here. We're going to have to wrap the episode up.
It's been a good one.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. You know, we'll be trying to get episodes out every week here this summer, even though there's not a whole bunch going on. There's always something going on at the Give 'em 6 podcast. Follow us at Give 'em 6 podcast on social media. Check out our background music and stuff. SoundCloud.com/Give 'em 6 podcast. SoundCloud.com/Elijah B. Crouch. Or just look either of us up on Google. You will find us. And, Carson, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, well, just go to the merch website.
Yeah.
We got all the new stuff.
Give him 6 podcast.spreadshirt.com/Give him 6 podcast.
It's a little late, but the new logo is still out.
Yes. We've got the new logo merch coming in soon. Give him 6 podcast.threadless.com/Give him 6 podcast. Definitely go check that merch out. It is so worth it to buy some of that merch, guys. There is a storm coming, and it is full.
It's full orange.
Orange, guys. And the Give 'em 6 podcast, as always, scoring touchdowns.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. Here, I'm gonna be the outro music today.
Gotta do some homework and tag.
All right, you ready? This is my outro music for us. That's fun.
Well, that's good.
Alright, there you go, guys. Thanks for listening. Repost, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Alright. That was good, Carson. I thought that was a good episode, you know. There were a couple hiccups, but hey, editing, right?
Yeah, no, that's what you're going to get with taking 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
It was good.
I couldn't get the music to load, so I was just like...
Yeah, I gotta do homework and tech.
Alright. Yeah,
so
thanks, man.
9:47 over here.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I had a good time.
Alright, yep, bye. Oh, we didn't stop streaming. Alright then. Well, that's kind of how we end after we thought we've ended. Goodbye.